everyone. Welcome back to Project Nerd, where nearly everything is reviewed and discussed. And welcome to our Nerd News Now segment. And boy, do we have a lot of news to cover. But before we get started, don't forget to follow Project Nerd on Instagram and Facebook at Project Nerd, and follow Creator Source Studios on Instagram and Facebook at Creator Source Studios to hear about all of our other great projects outside of Project Nerd. So let's start with introductions.
I'm Liv.
I'm Nate.
I'm Jonathan.
All right, and we are going to be covering everything that was released last night by Disney. Well, last night for us, maybe a few days from now, once this video finally comes out. But last night for us, Disney dropped the bomb, metaphorically and literally, some would say. And we're going to be talking about everything that they released as far as their new projects, their casting news, their trailers. We will be covering it all. So we are going to start with Disney and Pixar in this video. So let's get started then. First topic we have to talk about is the casting news for The Little Mermaid live action remake.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just not crazy about the remakes in general, but I mean, I like the choices. I like the casting choices. I'm not mad at it. So.
There are a few of them that I'm really into now that I'm looking at it a second time. I really like Daveed Diggs as Sebastian. I think that's a really good choice. I'm
That's
really
awesome.
into Javier Bardem as King Triton. I think that's a really good choice as well. However, I mean, I don't. There's nothing else on here that I'm like, wow, that sounds great. I don't know why, but the idea of Awkwafina as Scuttle is just off-putting to me.
I mean, Nathan, you and I have we've gone through all the Disney live action remakes.
All of them.
Go check those videos out if you haven't seen them. And we've slowly lost our minds.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, just looking at it, I mean, it could go 50-50, I think. I think some of the choices are good. I think some of the choices are a little bit questionable, and some of them I can't really comment on.
One of the other ones I'm a little concerned about is Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. Yeah, that's actually, now that I'm really looking at this, that's my big concern, is Melissa McCarthy as Ursula.
Is it going to be a remake that tries to be the same as the original, but an inferior copy because they cut certain things? Or are they going to do something completely different and not even be like the thing that they were trying to cut? It's hard to say.
Yeah.
So, next topic is a Disney original, shocker, called Flora and Ulysses, about defined as a cynical young comic book fan and her superpowered squirrel sidekick, which kind of just sounds like Squirrel Girl.
I was gonna
So,
say it should have been Squirrel Girl.
I'm a little confused.
If you're making this show, just make it Squirrel Girl.
Thank you.
Stop it.
Moving
Here
on.
we
Not
go.
original.
We're rolling through these. Not an
Okay.
original. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, in a hybrid live action animated feature.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think you mean Chippendale.
Why would they not make this fully animated? That's what I want to know. I am not here for the hybrid live action. That's not right to me.
That is
I don't-
definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like
I've
that.
seen them
Like,
do hybrid. I've seen them do those hybrids before, and I don't
But
know.
not for
They're hits or
Rescue Rangers.
misses.
like I remember this show from when I was a kid, like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. It was a fun show, but it should be a cartoon. It should be a cartoon.
Also, they have cast John Mulaney and Andy Samberg, and that is making me very excited.
That
got
concerns
John
me a
Mulaney.
little bit, honestly.
It does? No,
Yes.
I love the two of them.
Well, yeah, they're great, but they're not gonna sound like Chip and Dale. They're gonna sound like John Mulaney and Andy Samberg.
Then you put them through a voice modulator and you give them chipmunk voices like they did Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh God, no! You're gonna give me like a Vietnam flashback to those movies.
Oh my god, is that what they mean by hybrid animation? Oh no.
It's just a remake
don't-
of Alvin and the Chipmunk.
Nathan, mentally prepare yourself because it's
Oh,
live action
no.
Pinocchio,
Oh, I looked at the
baby.
list. I looked at the list. Oh.
Live action Pinocchio remake. Yay.
No more live actions, Disney. I'm cutting you off.
Please stop. Ugh. End my suffering.
That's all I have to say on the matter.
I
It's
mean,
the only thing I'm going to comment about this.
a live-action Peter Pan remake called Peter Pan and Wendy. We are getting a Baymax TV show. Talking about Baymax, there were a couple other shows that were just, their titles were released and we were informed that they were happening. Zootopia Plus. We are getting a Tiana TV show. With the other TV show too, the other one is Moana.
Mhm.
These are gonna have to be like separate things. Like shorts,
Mhm.
essentially.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't feel like you could do this whole interconnected thing. Like it's
I don't-
like
I don't think they cross over, but I could see them becoming series if they go the Tangled route. Because I'll be honest, I
true.
wasn't interested in Tangled, but then I saw like a couple seasons later, I'm like, oh dang, okay, they're really going in on this.
I actually have heard that the Tangled show is really good.
Yeah, I actually want to watch it.
it's apparently it's a Disney animated thing where, you know, in the beginning they have to be all soft and cuddly and la 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 la. But then after season 1, you know, the creators can go
the gloves come off.
The
Like,
kid gloves
they're
come
just
off.
going.
Absolutely.
Same thing
exactly
with
what
other Disney
happened.
animated stuff. So yeah, I could, if they do that with Tiana and Moana, my personal favorites, it's like, yeah, I could see that.
Mhm.
Next up, the bane of Nathan's existence, the thing he has been dreading the most, the Beauty and the Beast prequel series.
What are
All
you
I
gonna
have
talk
to
about?
say about that is why?
What's it gonna be about? What are we gonna watch?
My single
I
word
don't-
is no.
That's exactly my question. What are they possibly going to show us?
Is it a prequel of Beauty, how she grew up? Is it a prequel of the Beast before he was a beast and before he was cool? I don't.
It's somehow both and neither at the same time.
I literally don't know. I mean, before he was the Beast, well, I thought he was just an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't need to see that.
Enchantress.
Last topic for Disney is a Hocus Pocus 2 film, which is fine. I like Hocus Pocus. It's a fun movie. So sure, do whatever with that. So we have we're done with Disney.
Yes,
All
of those
We're only Disney properties. So thankfully, or I don't know.
No,
I mean,
it's-
there are
didn't-
only
hold
two. What?
Oh yeah. No. I was gonna say, did we miss Pixar? And I was like, oh, you're segueing into Pixar, and I'm fucking it up.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Pixar
segueing
time.
into Pixar. I'm segueing into Pixar's minuscule list compared to
Poor
Disney
Pixar.
because Pixar is only released 2 projects for this. Their first project is called Turning Red, and it's an animated film about a little girl who can turn into a giant red panda. And when I say red panda, I don't mean like a panda that's red. I mean like the red panda.
The animal, yeah.
Yes.
That looks
The
more like
animal.
Yes.
You remember Shifu from Kung Fu Panda? People who are
Yes.
watching. There you go.
They're so cute. Those are very cute animals. So, that's fine,
Yeah.
I guess. Sure.
It's definitely not Pixar's strongest idea that they've had, but you know, I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's not a sequel to something they already made, so let's
Yeah,
hope this
that-
does well.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. May, she experiences the awkwardness of being a teenager with an added twist. When she gets too excited, she transforms into a giant red panda. Okay, hold on. That might have just gotten slightly more interesting.
She's like the Hulk, but instead of getting angry, she gets excited.
She gets
Mhm.
happy. I know. This is
Actually
just
kind
going
of
to be
adorable.
2 hours of
Yeah.
hijinks and shenanigans. I already know.
Correct. Yeah.
It's going to be 2 hours of wackiness. So, great. Let's do it. All right.
Yay.
Pixar's next project. Oh, we have to talk about this. Oh my gosh. Their next project is Lightyear. And that is interesting. So it's about Buzz Lightyear, but it is not about the toy Buzz Lightyear. It is about the astronaut, Buzz Lightyear, who the toy is based off of. And that information is coming from Chris Evans, who's going to be the voice.
Animated Buzz Lightyear, people rise up.
This is
it.
gonna be so beyond strange, but I'm so
Possibly to infinity and beyond, you might say.
yes, you might say.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
So wait,
honestly,
this is gonna be animated, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Pixar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But it's still about the human, not the toy.
It's still about the human,
Yes.
not the toy.
So it's like the in-universe human who inspires the toy.
I don't know if I like that.
I'm interested purely based on the fact that if we look at the timeline that Stinky Pete gives us in Toy Story 2, he claims that the space toys are the reason that Woody's Roundup like died at the end of the 50s, which would or the 50s and the 60s, which would line up with like the decline of westerns, like for realsies.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see because it's probably going to end up being like a period piece about space travel, which will be really cool to see.
Right, an
Pixar
animated
do.
period piece about space travel. Because we were
Mhm.
talking about that before, actually, because you were talking about like Zurg, and
Yes.
if that's actually going to be like a thing, or if the movie is literally just going to be like man in space. So
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see it. I don't know. I'd like to see it somehow incorporate, or really not incorporate, but like show you the roots of like the Buzz Lightyear mythos with like, where do they get the idea for a space ranger? Where does Zurg come from? Did they just like make that up to give him a bad guy, or is that like rooted in something? I don't know. I think it'll just be interesting.
we have got to end this. There's still so much to talk about, but we made it through Disney and Pixar, so
Here's my one.
yeah. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope you guys learned a little bit about everything that's going on. We still have Marvel and Star Wars to talk about, so we will be doing those in separate videos. Be sure to tune into those. Leave a like on this video if you could, subscribe to the channel if you loved our content, and leave a comment down below which Disney and or Pixar project are you most excited to see.
And why is it not the Beauty and the Beast show?
Why is it not? Why are you not excited to see Beauty and the Beast? The prequel
I will be
series?
personally responding to all comments about the Beauty and the Beast show.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.